Monday just got better, because The View is live. Golden Girl Power. How the Me Too movement ruled the Golden Globes last night. And why Oprah's powerful speech left people begging her to run in 2020. Bannon backtrack. The former White House strategist changes his tune on his explosive comments from the bombshell book, Fire and Fury. But has the damage already been done? Then, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is giving his political view. From being best friends with Meghan's dad to how his relationship with President Trump.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
Has come a long way since last year.
I really like Lindsey. Can you believe it? I never thought I'd say that, but I do like him a lot.
And new year, new View Your Deal. Plus, Anna Navarro's back as our special guest co-host. Let's go! Let's light up Hot Topics with Whoopi, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Navarro's back as our guest co-host. Welcome back, Anna.
Thank you, Whoopi.
Yeah. I have a cold. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I got it from somewhere in here.
Yeah, the plague is going around.
But I've had it since last Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So I've taken all kinds of stuff for it. So I'm here. So don't worry about getting it. Because I think that's the look on Joy's face. Bitch, are you sick? I am, but you won't get it.
Okay.
So the Golden Globes were last night, and Seth Meyers hosted a show dominated by the Me Too movement. Stars wore black. Some escorted activists like Tarana Burke, the founder of the movement. So what'd you think of the show?
Some of it was entertaining. I thought Seth did a nice job. He was, I mean, it was tricky business. Those are treacherous waters when you're talking about harassment and trying to make a joke about it. He pulls it off, except a couple of times it was like that.
Too soon.
A little too soon. The Kevin Spacey, I wasn't thrilled with that joke. But I thought it was pretty good. I thought that the Crown should have won something in the Post, and they won nothing. Fantastic. Neither one of them. I mean, Lady Bird, I thought it was okay.
Get Out didn't win anything, and neither did I. Tanya, my two favorite movies of the year.
Was great. Tanya, I believe, got Best Supporting.
Oh, yeah, the actress did. The movie.
I was surprised about Get Out not getting anything also.
Yeah,
I mean, Get Out was just a monumental, incredible film.
Paradigm-shifting horror movie, and I loved it, and I was surprised it didn't win.
I can't talk about the movies because I'm a political junkie. I live in a bubble. But I thought, look, these women have a huge platform. This is an industry, the movie industry, the entertainment industry, that has been overproportionately struck and affected by this Me Too, by the sexual harassment allegations. I think it was a good thing that they were not only speaking for the movie industry, but also bringing in the domestic workers, bringing in the people who started the Me Too movement. Yeah, but it wasn't just about the Hollywood stars. It was about the larger movement around the nation.
But what's the follow-up exactly for these people?
Yeah. No,
what
I
is
have the same question. I mean, again, it's not that it's not great that they're all wearing black and bringing these activists to the red carpet, because obviously it was totally very appropriate. But my question is, what is the next step? And there was no female host. I would have had preferred, I believe it was Natalie Portman called out that there were no female directors nominated. Greta Gerwig, who's going to be on the show tomorrow, is a director. Her movie won a Golden Globe. So there's still a lot of work left to do.
But listen, some of these women, you know, Shonda Rhimes, Eva Longoria, America Ferrera, people who were there yesterday, are part of this movement, of this organization, which is raising money. They've raised like $16 million for women who don't have the funds, who are not the celebrities and don't have the funds to bring these legal actions. They're also making changes when it comes to agencies, when it comes to Hollywood, where they want, you know, there to be 50-50 representation of men and women amongst agencies. The big agencies, as you know, are male-dominated, and that needs to change.
But
so
who's going to protect the woman at McDonald's? Who's going to protect a housekeeper?
That's what they want to do. They want to do it through their legal fund. And I do think that the next steps are important. And what was interesting to me was it was just an entire night of protest, right? From the acceptance speeches to the monologue to the clothing. And we've heard that criticism. You know, actors need to stay quiet. When I watch an award show, I just want to see, you know, speeches. I don't want to see political activism or this type of activism. Yeah. I wonder, are we now in a place where actors must do this, must use the platform?
No.
And where are those critics now?
Actors don't have to. Listen, not everybody's cut out to do this.
Yeah.
This is a very... I'm sorry?
There weren't that many who did, actually.
Well, you know...
But they were all wearing black as part of the protest.
But the point is, where do we go from here? I think women are watching out for women. So at McDonald's, the women who are working there are looking out for each other. They now know that it's okay to have each other's back. Yeah. There is a conversation that is happening in the country now that says it is very dangerous for men to sexually harass women. You will lose your job. That, for me, was the most important thing, the consequence of it.
Right.
Now, we have women talking to other women saying, how you doing? Do you need me to back you up? Can I be there for you? That's what's happening. It's on a small scale, yeah, and we don't hear about a lot of it because these women aren't in front of a camera.
Right.
But I'm thrilled that the conversation is happening and that it is no longer the norm not to tell.
Not to talk.
It is no longer. We no longer accept that as norm. Women saying to other women, we will back you up. We will stand with you. You must tell. Because in order to get this person out of here, we need to say, here's what happened, here's who did it, and we're not going to take it. And I think that's what the next step may be. So... that may be all you hear from me today. I just want to lay down. We'll talk more about this when we come back.
Still ahead, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is heating up the political view. And the first View Your Deal of 2018.
Welcome back. One moment everyone is talking about this morning is Oprah. Her speech accepting the Cecil B. DeMille Award that turned into a rallying cry. Take a look.
The new day is on the horizon. When that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women and some pretty phenomenal men take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, me too.
That is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this is Donald Trump's worst nightmare. Why? Because she will have higher ratings than he will. Believe me, she has had higher ratings. Yeah. She can throw that in his face every single day. That's all he cares about.
There's a lot of speculation about whether she's considering running for the White House.
And Stedman said it yesterday. Stedman said, you know, she would do it. It's up to the people. And that was surprising to me because on CBS she said she would never run for office. But I have to tell you, I love Oprah. I love the stuff that she's done. I always call her the Oracle instead of Oprah. But don't we already have someone in the White House who has no political experience? And it's not going that well. So I sort of think, you know, people keep on talking about Ronald Reagan. Well, he was an actor, but he also was governor of California for 8 years. So I don't think you can just step into this role, even if you're as beloved
Why are you being so logical? You're so logical. Really, it's too logical what you're saying. We need someone who can win. That's all we care about.
Look, but it's more than winning. You have to be able to run the country.
Figure it out just like he's trying to do.
I think it speaks to the hunger, the thirst out there for an alternative. There's no clear runner. There's no clear nominee on the Democratic side. And I think somebody like Oprah, you know, if Donald Trump showed us something is that you can break the box. You can break the mold. You can run outside the borders.
Well.
Yeah, but listen.
But can I say
Unlike Donald Trump, Oprah did not start with her daddy's money. She started poor as hell.
That's right.
Unlike Donald Trump, Oprah's never been accused of sexual harassment. She's been sexually abused. Unlike Donald Trump, you know, this woman has faced poverty. She's faced challenge.
Right.
She is relatable for real.
And people love her.
But when you run for president, right now she has an 80% Q-score awareness, and she's a beloved icon, obviously. When you run for president, you automatically, just announcing, you'll polarize the country.
Right.
And I don't know if she wants that. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her, but she has businesses across the country. Yes, if she feels like she can do good. But if I were Democrats right now, I would be looking at Joe Biden. I would be looking at Michelle Obama, quite frankly, in a lot of different ways. Everybody said they're not interested until it's DEFCON 1, and people are sounding the alarm that nothing can happen, that no one else can possibly win. I wouldn't underestimate her. I think you're 1,000% right. It's not that I don't think she could be president. It's just does she ultimately want to, which I'm also
You know why? Because she's done everything. She's produced, she's acted, she's directed, she had a host show. She started her own damn network, for God's sake. Something that even Trump hasn't been able to do. So what's the next step? Run the world.
I gotta say,
And you get a car, and you get a car.
All right. And there you are.
Chief of Staff.
Oh, hell no. No. Y'all don't want me up in there. We'll be right back.
Does Republican Senator Lindsey Graham think the bombshell allegations in the new Trump tell-all are true? And how did he go from the president's arch enemy
I think he's unfit for office.
to his golfing buddy? He's live on The View next.
I have known our next guest since I was just 12 years old. So please welcome a man I lovingly refer to as my bastard uncle, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I do call
I've
you
been
that.
called a bastard a lot, but not that much. So I really appreciate it.
Well,
Yes, it's
no, I won't show it. So
But the show's not over.
the reason you've known Megan since she was little is because you and her dad have been best friends, right?
Yeah,
so
he's an awesome dude.
yes, he is. And so we don't want to... You know, this is not the question I'd be asking, but I was asked to ask this question. Tell us something we don't know about Megan.
On television?
I guess.
Yes.
Okay,
Her father said she was a pain in the ass.
I am.
coming from him, that must really hurt. He's a pain in the ass. But, so remember 2008?
Yeah.
John's the nominee, pretty tough race. Remember Reverend Wright?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Reverend was kind of out there on some stuff. And the bottom line was there was a real debate in the campaign of whether or not to go after Obama because of some of the things Reverend Wright said. And John was very reluctant to do that.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people pushed him in that direction because Reverend Wright was kind of out there. So we had a meeting, and I can't remember where it was, and I don't remember how old you were, but it was sometimes before 2008. And Megan said, "Dad, don't do it. It's not right." And all the smart people shut up. And John said, "Yeah, you're right, Megan."
Those were different times. Yes.
Pretty cool, I thought.
Then he listened to her. Is the
Well,
case.
it's not that so much he listened to her that she was brave enough to say something
she
at
was
22
right.
or 23.
I know, but Ivanka
she was
says
right,
things.
yeah, but the way she said it,
Thank you.
everybody listened to her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Lindsey,
I like
for
that. Can we get you?
And your dad lost, so there you go.
Can we get you to weigh in on some?
But he lost with dignity. And,
Can we get you to weigh in on some hot topics?
oh, totally.
All right. Well, Michael Wolff's book, which I've been
Michael Wolff's
reading,
book,
Fire and Fury.
which I'm not in.
It's causing many headaches for the White House. In it, Bannon suggests Trump doesn't understand how much trouble he's in over Russia, as well as claims of money laundering. Now, is Trump not taking Mueller's investigation seriously enough, and how concerned do you think he should be?
Well, here's what I think. I think Mr. Mueller should be able to do his job without being interfered with. How about that?
Okay.
So, you want my view of Russia? The Russians hacked into the DNC, stole their emails,
Perhaps the RNC as well.
Yeah, that's right, but they didn't use those. They hacked into Podesta's emails, they hacked into Clinton's emails, and they gave them to WikiLeaks, this website, who selectively leaked them throughout the campaign. The Russians did a number on us. I hate Putin. So I think we should be looking into what Russia did, the Trump campaign. They say they didn't collude. Now, what does that mean? It's against the law to take something of value from a foreign government. You can talk to a government all you want to, but you can't sit down and get them to help you get elected. There's no evidence of colluding yet, but I think Mueller should look. You got the Trump Tower meeting, where Don Jr. and a bunch of other people are meeting with several Russians. Right. They're offering to help. We have yet to find out if they took up that offer, but I think Mueller should look at that. We also know that...
Didn't Don Jr. say, oh, I love it?
Yeah, so let's see if anything comes from that. We also know
Would you describe that meeting as treasonous and unpatriotic?
No, that's a dumb meeting. I wouldn't have took it. So if somebody comes to me, as Senator Graham says, hey, the Russians like to help you, I say, no, thank you.
Right.
That's the right answer.
Right.
So,
senior advisors there.
But that's not a crime. The crime would be taking something of value from a foreign government. Now, Mueller, I think he's the right guy at the right time. Now, I brought up some stuff about the investigation that bothers me. The FBI agent looking into the Clinton email problem. I've got a real problem with him. But the bottom line is we can't let anybody be above the law. You don't try people in the press. So let Mr. Mueller do his job and make sure next time that we defend ourselves against the Russians, because they're coming after us again.
Lindsey, two questions. How do Republicans keep Trump from firing Mueller? And if he does fire Mueller, what the hell do we do then?
Well, the president said that he believes that Mr. Mueller would treat him fairly. I also believe that. The president can't fire Mueller. No. The only person that can fire Mueller is somebody at the Department of Justice for a cause. And I've got legislation with Cory Booker that says you can't, if a special counsel is fired, judges can look and see whether or not it was for a cause. I think we should all want to protect somebody like Mr. Mueller. I don't think President Trump is going to fire Mr. Mueller. There is no reason to fire Mr. Mueller. Let Mr. Mueller do his job, and Mr. Trump, our president, should focus on his day job.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, Megan.
You know, Bannon stated in the 2016 Trump Tower meeting that it was treasonous between Russia and Don Jr., but last night he walked that back, saying he was talking about Paul Manafort, not Don Jr. Right. So what do you think of that?
I think I have no idea. I think he's feeling the heat of, you know, watch who you talk to. You know, this guy wrote a book and it's using all these quotes that are pretty damning.
I'm not denying, by the way.
Well, you know, that's the problem.
He's not saying I didn't say this.
He's saying he didn't say that about Don Jr. I don't know what the hell
No, he said he didn't say what he meant. He didn't say I didn't say it. He said that's not what I meant.
He also said that Don Jr. was going to be cracked like an egg on national television. What do you think about that?
I think Mr. Mueller will do his job fairly, and I'm not going to read a book. I'm going to let Mr. Mueller do his job. Don't y'all believe we should, like, let Mr. Mueller do his job?
It seems as though there's a, but Senator, it seems as though there's a drumbeat from some people in your party trying to discredit Mueller so that they can bring him down. I hear it every day.
Every day. Well, that happened with Ken Starr. Sure. You know, that's the way the game is played.
So that doesn't matter. That still continues to go forward.
The bottom line is there's reason to look at what Russia did. The Russians did it. The Russians hacked into the DNC. I'm a Republican.
And the RNC.
And the RNC, but they didn't use it against us.
Right.
But they could next time.
Right.
An attack on one party is an attack on all.
Absolutely.
It is the Democrats today, it could be us tomorrow, it could be the Iranians.
Yeah.
So in a democracy, if you don't have each other's back on stuff like this, then you lose control of democracy itself.
Can I just follow up one more thing?
Sure.
If you say that it doesn't look like there's collusion at the moment.
I don't know yet.
We don't know. So then why
There's reason to look.
Then why did Trump try to stop Comey for investigating Flynn?
Well,
what was he trying to cover up there?
He could fire Mr. Comey because he doesn't like the way he looks, but you can't fire somebody for a corrupt purpose.
Yeah.
You can, he work at the pleasure of the president, the FBI director does, but if you fire him for a corrupt purpose, like stopping an investigation, then you're getting into trouble. I don't know why there are 5 reasons he said he fired Mr. Comey. This is one thing that Mr. Mueller's looking at. Now, on the other side, the FBI agent in charge of the Clinton investigation hated Trump's guts, which is fine. You can have your own political opinions. There's some things that he said about creating an insurance policy against Trump being elected that bothers me, because his Trump today could be you tomorrow. So what I want to do, the Department of Justice needs to be looked at too. The number 4 guy in the Department of Justice, wife, worked for Fusion GPS. This was the group paid by the Democratic Party to do opposition research against Trump. And I don't mind that his wife worked there, but did he work on the case that his wife was working on?
Can I ask a really crazy question before we go? I know you have to go. But did senators and congressmen sit and do hours of investigation on these emails? Didn't you guys just go over and on the Benghazi stuff, talk about the email? Didn't y'all spend a whole bunch of time on
No, not
this?
really. I didn't spend any time on the Clinton email investigation. And I don't want to try her. Can you imagine what it'd be like to go back and try your political opponent? But I do want to know, is the system working? You know,
clearly not.
You may not like Trump, that's fine, but nobody, because they don't like somebody, can take the law in their own hands. You know, it can be somebody else tomorrow. So the rule of law, if it means anything.
We got to go to a commercial break. I know both of you well. We're going to keep this conversation going. We'll be right back with more from Senator Lindsey.
I'll be back.
Back with Senator Lindsey Graham. Hey.
Hey.
I'm very funny, but not today. Yeah.
I want to follow up on something that you mentioned. On Friday, you and Senator Grassley suggested a second investigation be opened into Christopher Steele, who was the author and investigator of the dossier on Trump. How do you respond to critics who are saying, listen, this is just a distraction, this is a diversion, you don't want the transcripts from the Fusion founders leaked or released, and you're attacking the messenger instead of wanting to find out what really happened between Russia and the Trump campaign?
Okay, you listening?
Yes.
I get why Jeff Sessions can investigate Trump. Do y'all get that?
Yes.
You're not going to let the guy who was on the campaign investigate himself. So Jeff Sessions, to his credit, said, I cannot conduct this investigation of Trump and Russia because I was involved. Now, I get that. But Mr. Steele was paid by Fusion GPS, who was paid by the Democratic Party to do opposition research against Mr. Trump, which is fine.
And that's not unusual.
It's not unusual. He's a foreign agent, and he produced this dossier that has all kind of salacious things in it. He was working with the FBI, and while he was working with the FBI, he was shopping this dossier to every journalist he could find, and I think that's inappropriate for somebody who's being an informant to take the product they created and gave the FBI and try to get it out in the media.
But he didn't work for the FBI. He turned over this information for the FBI.
Trust me, I've looked at all this. Most of it's classified. The reason I want somebody to look at Mr. Steele, I don't think any informant should take their work product, give it to the FBI and the media at the same time. Now, there's more. Mr. Orr was the number 4 guy at the Department of Justice. His wife worked for Fusion GPS, the company that got $9 million from the Democratic Party, working with Mr. Steele. The question is, did Mr. Orr work with Mr. Steele as an informant? Because that's a conflict of interest. Whether that happened or not, I don't know, but somebody should look at it. And the lead FBI agent on the Clinton email scandal also was in the Russian investigation, and Mr. Mueller fired him when he got all these emails showing his bias against Mr. Trump and favoritism toward Ms. Clinton. Mueller did the right thing. So here's what I'm saying. Rather than the Trump Justice Department investigating all this, let's have somebody like Mr. Mueller to look at the Clinton Russia side so that we don't get in a political food fight of why I'm doing it. I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to agree that based on the 3 things I've just described, somebody other than Lindsey Graham and Donald Trump should look at this.
Right, okay. So a main
That's pretty good in 4 minutes, yeah. I never get to say this on any other show. So if you're a Republican and you want to make news, come on this show.
Thank you. They're afraid to come on here. So to your credit, you're a brave man.
Fine line between being brave and stupid. We'll see before the end of the day.
Now, in the Wolf book, there's a main thread that says that Trump is not mentally fit to be president.
Right.
There are a lot of people in the book who say that he's a moron, he's an idiot. The Secretary Tillerson even said he was a moron, according to the book.
Well, he denies it.
And Tillerson, no, he didn't quite deny it.
I think I may have called him a
Not
moron.
really. Yet anyway, Saturday, Trump called himself, quote, like really smart and a stable genius. So do you think he's like really smart and a stable genius?
I think this, if he doesn't call himself a genius, nobody else will. So, the first thing that I want to tell you, he beat me like a drum. He ran against 17 Republicans and crushed us all. He ran against the Clinton machine and won.
Yeah.
So all I can say is you can say anything you want to say about the guy. I said he was a xenophobic, race-baiting, religious bigot. I ran out of things to say. He won. Guess what? He's our president.
You're calling him a xenophobic religious bigot?
I did that during the campaign.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Has he done anything to change?
By the way,
Is he still all those things?
In my view, he is my president and is doing a really good job on multiple fronts. And I tell you why. You know, I went into this thing not voting. I didn't vote for the guy.
You didn't answer the question, Senator.
No, I don't think he's a xenophobic, race-baiting, religious bigot as president.
But you used to call him a kook. Is he now? Okay, he's a kook, but he's my kook.
Now he's not a kook?
Hold on. People are wondering what you've been drinking.
Okay. Can I tell you what I think about him?
Even you.
After we come back.
Okay.
We'll be right back. He's sticking around.
This is the year of the woman, and The View is leading the charge.
We'll start the conversation.
With the one and only Ashley, Anna, Kiki, and Wendy all jumping in and taking the co-host chair, firing up the hottest hot topics.
Keep it coming.
Yeah!
And hold on, because Wednesday will be on fire. When Fire and Fury's Michael Wolff faces the ladies and reveals everything you want to know. What is going on? Plus, Greta Gerwig, Marie Osmond, Helen and Donald all pop by and share their view. This week only on The View.
So we're back with Senator Lindsey Graham. Go ahead.
All right. You were following up with
Yeah.
No, we were talking about whether Trump was a kook or not, but right now I want to ask you if the kook is going to get us immigration fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, listen, you and I know this, and you've been working on this for decades, as has John McCain, and immigration fix. There are right now over millions of young people whose lives are in limbo, dreamers, DACA recipients. There's a deadline in March. We see that the president says he's in a deal-making mood. Congress says they want to do it, but what would you tell dreamers today? There's over 1,000 of them losing their status daily. What would you tell them is going on? Give us some hope, Lindsey.
in 3 minutes.
Help is on the way. So John McCain got me involved in the immigration issue. You know, the Hispanic community in my state, you probably fit in a phone booth electorally. In Arizona, it's a big deal with broken borders. And Senator McCain led the effort by the Republican Party to find a fair way to fix this. Be fair to the 11 million who broke the law, but fix the reason why we have 11 million and move forward as a nation. We're really close. Trump ran a very harsh campaign on immigration. But wouldn't it be ironic and poetic if it was Donald Trump who got this over the line? We passed comprehensive immigration reform 3 times in the U.S. Senate that gave the 11 million a pathway to citizenship, secured our border, controlled who got a job through E-Verify, and had more legal immigration so people didn't have to cheat. It died in the House.
Trump can do it when Obama and Bush couldn't, because has got the
I'm meeting
absolute
tomorrow at
support of the
11:30
base.
with General Kelly, a bunch of Democrats and a bunch of Republicans to see if we can find a way to have a wall component of border security. You don't need a 2,200-mile wall, but in some places you do need a wall. For a wall component to border security, do away the diversity lottery because it's a stupid way to give out visas. Deal with chain migration in a responsible fashion. For that, give the DACA kids plus others, the DREAM Act kids, a chance to stay in the country. This is the only country they know. If you told them to go home, they'd go back to the house they've lived in since they were 6 years old. Most Americans have no animosity toward these kids. Most Americans would like to secure our border. Most Americans like to fix a broken immigration system. If President Trump can make this happen, it will be a historic thing. It will be a good thing. Why am I helping helping him, because somebody better deal with North Korea before they get a missile to hit us. He's our president. He is taking the gloves off against ISIL and rebuilding our military, and I want to thank him for that.
But does
I
it
think
help
he's
when
been
he
a
says,
good
but does it help
commander-in-chief.
when he says mine is bigger than yours? Does that help?
I'm not so sure that helps, but I know this. What we did before sure as hell didn't help.
Yeah, but
Kim Jong-un is taking this guy.
wasn't coming for us the way he's coming for us
let me
now,
tell you,
Lindsey.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you this.
Come on now. You can't say to a man, you know this, men don't want to hear, oh, you're small, you're this, you're that. It becomes this ridiculous.
You know what's ridiculous? It's for us to let him have a missile with a nuclear weapon on top to hit us. And Donald Trump is the president who has to deal with this. Every president before him screwed up.
No, you're
Republican
really
and
us.
Democrats. But you know what? He's got the best national security team around him. General Mattis, General Kelly, General McMaster are the best in their...
We gotta go.
The best in the business. There's hope.
Thank you to the senator.
There's hope.
We'll be right back.
Which side of the fence you're on. Last year was pretty darn stressful, so today we partnered with vendors for half-off products that'll kick off 2018 on the right foot. Here to show them off, please welcome lifestyle expert and my friend, Greta Monahan.
So good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
So this is all about, my selects today are about making this year about you. Because really, the better we take care of ourselves, the more we can take care of the people we love. And I know you're a believer of that. So starting off, I have Pinch Me Therapy Dough. If you guys have not seen this, I've got one for you, Sonny. Check it out. So you guys, all you do is you literally, this is infused dough that you play and you mold, but it's aromatherapy infused. So it immediately releases, you know those stress balls that you squeeze?
Yes.
Well, this is even better because you can mold it, play with it, and it immediately put it in your desk, your office, anywhere. It's incredible.
I love
really
it.
Works, and it gives you a sense of well-being. Original price on this, $25. Get ready, today's deal, $12.50 for 50%. Amazing. 21 drops. I brought you some of this too. This is another way to relax. So this is actually invigorating scents. It's essential oils.
You know that
blended.
speaks to me, Greta.
Yeah, and it's science in nature and the best of it. So put this on your pulse points, Sonny.
Oh my goodness.
It's incredible. We did pulse points as well as diffusing oil. So whatever way you like to get it, really healthy, really amazing. But I love it. Slips right in your pocket.
Fantastic.
Guys, girls, everyone. Original price on these, $10 to $46. Today's deal, $5 to $23. 50% off. No excuses.
We'll be taking this with me.
You better have that. Marpack. This is the classic white noise machine. Now, I don't know if you guys need more sleep, but I know I do, and everyone. And it's also about sleep quality. So this actually has fans in it that you can adjust the flow along with. 2 real fans, not just synthetic sound, plus the vents. And all you do is plug it, twist it, and get to exactly the intensity
I have to ask you, because this is like a white noise machine.
Yes.
I sleep next to a snorer.
Oh.
Isn't this just more noise?
No, it's scientifically proven to improve your sleep and to dull that. So any outside noises, and Sarah Haynes, I have one for you because it's great for babies and kids. Original price on this, $50. Today's deal, $25 for a savings of 50%. This is gonna, I know, she's like, I'm having that. Okay, Marula Pure Beauty Oil. What I'm bringing you here is the 2018 Magic Beauty Ingredient of the Year. I found this out when I went to visit Africa. This grows as a fruit, and this is actually the nut, Sonny, that they handcraft this to get this essential oil out. It's incredible. Super luxurious, and don't be afraid of oils, you guys, because it actually is easier for the skin to absorb 100% natural oil than it is a synthetic cream. So this is what you want to dive into if you want to glow in the new year.
Lip oil.
Oh, I brought you those. Those are for you. The lip and the eye are totally amazing hero products. Plus, we have a huge assortment in hair and skin. 2 categories. You are covered.
How much?
Original price, $10 to $85. Today's deal, $5 5 to 32.50, saving 50%. Now, this is Dr. Perico.
I use this, actually.
I was going to ask you. So a lot of people know this brand because this is an award-winning skincare brand, but it's developed and founded by a famous dermatologist. And so what you get here is different. This is science. This is focused skincare for any kind of skin condition, issue,
good for the little wrinkles around your eyes.
It's intense, you guys. So if you're using things that aren't giving you that upgrade, this is going to be your doctor's visit at home without having to go in and without having to shell out that money.
I use them for the little eye situation.
It's amazing. We have hero products plus new formulas like this one, the Necklatage. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's
the
for here.
Peptide. Woo. That, not that you need it, but be preventative.
That's for a little bit.
Original price on these, $45 to $250.
Oh, wow.
Today's deal, $22.50 to $145 plus Sarah Haynes free shipping for you.
Nice.
I know she loves it. We got to mention our girl.
And last but not least.
All right. Yummy leggings and shapewear. So I'm wearing the coated ones. So basically, this is going to upgrade your shapewear game because you know what you wear is this is a legging that I layer with, but you also have tanks, slips, shapewear tech built in, but never suffocating you guys. It doesn't squeeze you. It hugs you. It's amazing. And these leggings I wear out. I have them on TV. I'm wearing them right now.
And they're
amazing. And you layer, okay? So upgrade your staples, your wardrobe, and your undergarments right now because you're not going to beat this price. Original price on these, $34 to $98. Today's deal, $17 to $49.
Oh my gosh.
For any of these, savings of 50%.
That is
Come on.
good.
I know you want these. I have these. I was waiting on you.
Come on, Ann. The clock is ticking, people. You have 24 hours to grab any of these exclusive deals at viewyourdeal.com. And guess what? Members of our audience are going home with a Marula rejuvenating eye treatment.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. We want everybody to go home, have a great day, and take a little time to enjoy the view.